Hey, welcome to Pilates Body Workout Live. I am joining, or I will be joined by Jessica, who is a Pilates Body Workout 12-week transformation member. The transformation program is in 12-week phases. So phase 1 is 12 weeks, phase 2 is 12 weeks, and so on and so forth. And I'm really excited to share Jessica's success and story with you because it's always nice to hear firsthand from someone inside the program. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to bring Jessica in a second. Hope everyone is having an amazing Wednesday. You notice I had to think about that for a second. Like, what day of the week is it? So just as you're all kind of coming in, I will be going live with one of the Pilates Body Workout 12-week transformation members. She can share with you her experience, her success, her story, what it was like in the program. In fact, she's still in the program. She's now in phase 2, and we'll talk a little bit about what phase 2 and 3 and 4 look like. Hey, it's so nice to see everybody on the gram. All right, Jessica, where are you? Hopefully she's not having any issues connecting. If you have any questions about the program or anything as Jessica and I are speaking, then please feel free to drop it in the chat. Hey, Jessica, welcome. How's it going? Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome. So let's jump right in. Why don't you share with us a little bit about what you were struggling with before you joined the Pilates Body Workout 12-week transformation program?
So before I joined, I was struggling with my body image. I was also struggling with giving myself permission to take care of myself. That was really hard. Background information on me, I have 2 kids and I spend a lot of time taking care of them and not myself. So
Really
that was
common for parents and especially for moms.
Yeah. So just the pandemic created issues at meal times where I was making whatever the family wouldn't fight me over eating and eating that too. And it was often not the healthiest choices, but it was easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
In our household.
Would you say that there was anything you were unsure about before you started the program? Any kind of things that were lingering that you were kind of concerned about or unsure about?
I think that the biggest concern I had was carving out enough time in my day for the steps, for the workouts. I was already working out a little bit every day, but I was worried I wasn't going to be able to take the time to do the steps beforehand.
And what did you find? Were you able to find the time? Have you been able to find the time?
I did.
Yeah.
I had to prioritize it, but I found the time. It was there.
Definitely.
I'm still very busy, but the time was there.
And that's the thing, you are very busy. And you know what? All of us are, but it is about prioritizing it and finding the time. And you did. And I want to talk a little bit about, how you're feeling now and just the experience that you've had in terms of where you started and where you are.
So before, I was, like I said, I was working out fairly regularly, but I was still at a higher weight than I wanted to be, one of the highest weights that I had been in a while. I didn't have a great body image. And I was frustrated because I thought I was doing the right things, but I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
But and now, I mean, I know you shared some of my before and afters and stuff.
Nobody knows it was you, but we might share them later. It's pretty amazing, guys. Jessica's one of the ones that I've shared in my story. And it truly is amazing. And I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of the dedication that you've shown. It's not easy, but yet it is, right? Like if we just do ABC and we do it every day, then it compounds.
Yeah. So, I mean, my clothes fit better. I've obviously lost some weight too, but it's also
you lost a lot.
It's also really neat because I find that my body can do the Pilates moves that I remember doing before I had kids. And I haven't been able to do those for the last 10 years. And all of a sudden my body is strong enough to do it again. And it's really kind of neat to see that.
That's
Yeah.
a huge win, right? So just for those of you that are joining in, Jessica just said that she can do movements, Pilates movements that she never thought she would do again after having kids. And now you're doing them. And actually, Jessica sends me videos occasionally that I ask to see particular movements so that I know what her form is like. And she does them better now. It's amazing. So that consistency of the Pilates every day, it really adds up.
It does. And I think the steps too. I mean, I was, as you know, I was riding my spin bike with some regularity, but I don't think I was getting the results I wanted just doing that. Um,
Yeah, and this is one of the things that I was so pleased to see, especially for you, is that, you know, the cycling is great and there's nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't have to be that intensity. And I think just getting outside and being in nature, and also as a parent, having that time occasionally for yourself to be outside for that walk is probably really great. And on that note, I was wondering, what would you say are some of the non-fitness benefits that you've experienced in this program?
um, well, talking about the walking, I was thinking like I feel more connected and in tune with my neighborhood. It's not super naturey. I live in suburbia, but I walk around it every day, so I know like who's getting new windows and what house. And I feel like I have all the intel on my neighborhood, and I realized that it's actually a lot more of a walkable neighborhood than I thought it was when I moved here a few years ago. Because we
Yeah.
moved out here, and it felt like we were trapped in suburbia. But I've noticed that I can get places walking. I don't have to drive everywhere, and that's kind of been the realization
That's a
doing
big one. That's a
that.
big one. And it also probably just feels nice to get to know your community a little bit more. I know in the pandemic, I've certainly gone like days where I didn't have to leave the house unless I was making that effort to go for the 10,000 steps. And that's kind of like a frightening thought to be like in your home, not leaving for several days on end. So that's really great. And I also wanted you to talk a little bit about how you felt about the nutrition component of the Pilates Body Workout program.
So I had never really figured out what all of the nutrition stuff on packages meant. Like I kind of understood it, but I didn't know what it meant for me. Like I understood what a carb was and I understood what protein was, but I didn't understand what that meant in relation to what I was eating and what I should be eating.
Yeah.
Um, and so I feel like that's really what I've learned. And it at first it was following the meals that you suggested for me, but I feel like over time I learned how to make my own choices, and there's no like strict you must eat this for breakfast every day.
Nope.
It's whatever you feel like, as long as you are figuring out what's best for you. I was also worried about nutrition wise setting the right example for my kids. I
Yeah.
didn't want to have some kind of meal plan where I had to say, Mommy can't eat that, and
Right.
then wondering why it's okay for them to eat it and not me.
Yeah.
Um,
It's a
I
really important
very
example of
conscious
that.
of not creating those body image issues with my son and my daughter.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that I can eat ice cream with them if I'm giving them a bowl of ice cream. I just have
Yeah.
to be aware of how much I'm having and what else I've eaten that day.
Yeah, portion and just understanding exactly what you just said. Knowing what you had earlier in the day, and does everything balance out? Are we getting enough of everything your body needs to be optimized? And just sharing that now that Jessica's in phase 2 of the Pilates Body Workout program, the tracking is completely optional. And so, you know, Jessica is now armed with all the information she needs, that really the tracking isn't necessary. So for anyone that's worried that like, oh, I'm going to have to log my food forever, it's not the way that it works. We just do it for a little bit of re-education and learning. And then over time, it just falls into the background. What would you say to somebody that's like a little bit on the fence about joining the Pilates Body Workout program?
I'd say there's no perfect time to start. And if you're thinking about it and considering it, just jump in. If you'll figure it out as you go. It might not be like, you might have something coming up, and that's fine. During the first 12 weeks I had my daughter's 5th birthday and Christmas, and it was fine.
Not
I
only was it
feel,
fine, but
yeah,
Jessica had like such extraordinary physiological transformation, a strength transformation. So, um, I actually am really pleased that you started when you did, because it just emphasizes that you can start a program at Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries. It doesn't have to, keep you from meeting your goals. I did have one more question, and now it's going to fall. Oh, did you feel supported? Did you feel that you had enough of the encouragement and the coaching and kind of the guidance you needed throughout the program?
yes. I liked the format of it too, because I don't always necessarily like phone calls or video calls. It's not my favorite. So being able to just like send you a message on text and know I could get an answer was very reassuring. And it would be personalized to me, and it wasn't like a generic answer
Yeah.
of coming from corporate something something.
Yeah, totally. And I really enjoy it too. I mean, I love having that support and that conversation. It helps me better guide you. It is nice to just have that dialogue without needing to jump on a Zoom call all the time and have a lengthy conversation.
Too. But if you're somebody like me who's an introvert and prefers just to like use your phone to keep in touch with people on text, that was very
Yeah.
comforting that I could do that.
Yeah, and it's fast, so quick. So that's great. Is there anything else you want to share with us?
Um, no, nothing specific. Just I'm very happy with the changes that I've made. I was worried that it was going to be something that once the 12 weeks was over, I wasn't going to be able to keep doing, or I would go backwards and it was going to feel like I needed to have a break. And I didn't feel that way at the end. I am in phase 2, and
Yeah, and just crushing it.
even,
Yeah, and I think that, for me, I felt such pressure to make sure that you had a positive experience. I feel that with every single person that I am on board. I'm so invested in your success that your success hinges on my success. And so, I couldn't be more happy that you've had such an amazing experience, both physically, but also that your confidence has really skyrocketed since joining this program. So it's amazing. And I can't wait to see what happens in phase 2 as we bridge you into this program.
thank you.
Thanks for joining me and sharing your experience, Jessica. To anybody that has any questions, drop them in the chat quickly right now. Otherwise, you can send me a direct message and I'll try to answer your questions later. Have an amazing Wednesday. And Jessica, we'll see you soon.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.